Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the spiritual importance of rest and why this is the number one, or one of the number one things in your spirituality. God's always number one, the Lord is always number one, but I'm going to talk to you why rest is so important. You can't open your spiritual gifts if you don't rest. And yeah, I'm gonna go in on this as well. Let me talk to you right now about what happens when you open your spiritual gifts. You will feel tired. You will feel tired because after being spiritually, think about it like this: after being spiritually awake and being so awoken, and you're looking around, you're like, I'm awake now. Versus sometimes when you're awake, you do have to take a rest. You're not going back to spiritual sleep, but you have to rest. So that's the essence in this video, and I'm going to tie this into, because a lot of you have been feeling tired in the past week. Why is that? It's because certain elements of Saturn have been punishing those who have not corrected their sleep schedules or practiced certain rest techniques such as naps. This is important. Okay, let's get straight into it. So, when you're practicing meditation, and some of you are like, okay, this is a good example. You know, you're meditating, you're like this, and you're not meditating, you're kind of like falling asleep, versus there's a difference in the astral pocket of when you're meditating, you're like this, and like you're in a Zen state versus. That's why I recommend you guys take a nap before meditation, but I'm going to be up all night. You'll be fine. Take some valerian if anything, but make sure you guys are taking some form of nap. Now, there's different studies that I'm just not talking about studies. I highly recommend you guys take at least a 10-minute nap, especially if you have had a long day. It's very good for the mind too. And if you're not taking a 10-minute nap, close your eyes for 10 minutes or just have some form of spiritual reset, okay? Because this is something that's necessary, something that's required. Unless, well, what happens if you take a nap and you sleep for like 3 hours and you wake up? You might have needed it. Because sometimes your etheric body goes so fast to the point of you can't keep up. It's just like you've had all this exercise spiritually, and yeah, you are etheric, you are spiritual at the same time. You do have to know that if you don't rest, you're gonna feel like you're falling apart. It's gonna feel like things have gotten crazy. You're gonna feel things that you have not felt, and you're gonna think that someone's hexing you, that you're being cursed, that there's some kind of roadblock. And here's some symptoms, because this will stem from the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra is very powerful and very important. It's actually one of the most important chakras. You'll feel like tired and sluggish and drained, and you'll think, you're like, why have I slept so much, but I just feel so tired? And then you'll try to drink coffee and it just won't feel right. And you'll drink a bunch of, and that's the thing, because your spiritual body will get, and I'm making the voice because people are like, I just gotta like 10 more minutes. Versus, no, give yourself some extra rest time, because that is when your spiritual gifts are coming in the absolute most. So if you're like this, I can take some time to rest. If you can't, then some gifts can be delayed. Some gifts, and the creator can hit certain buttons, so God can hit certain buttons that slow down an opening of a gift simply because you haven't rested. And yes, he can, because he's God. He'll do this to help you. If you're not responsible with rest and you're practicing all these different spiritual exercises, especially for those who get necklaces from me, I teach them how to open their mediumship. And very importantly, people will, like, at least a couple months in after wearing the necklace, they'll notice after they're able to have certain abilities, like be able to talk to angels. I call it largeship, not mediumship. A large. You're not a medium, you're a large when it comes to Florida Stone Man. So when people become larges, the amount of sleep they might need is kind of large too, because you're literally both on the physical plane and the spiritual plane at two times at the same time in both pockets. How can I more easily explain this? It's as if you're here and it's as if you're up there at the same time, so it's gonna feel intense. So yeah, I keep my eye out for cars. Yes, I do. So I'm not worried either. There's angels standing by them. So now, and that's why one thing with God is when you trust in God, you just don't worry. So back to my topic. So one thing when it comes to rest is you really have to take time to rest, or God can just basically shut off certain things from opening, and it will prolong your gifts from opening. If you ever paid attention last time, you got super tired like this, and you got your energy back, and your gifts kind of went dormant again because you didn't give yourself that rest time, which is actually very important, because that rest time, and yeah, that rest time right there. And what was rest time? It's making sure you're getting to bed on time, trying to not drink OH before you go to sleep. It's alcohol, and trying not to drink too much alcohol before you go to sleep. And I'll make a video talking about alcohol and spirits and whatnot. You can, there are some things you can do to have a little bit here and there, but because we are human, you think, I'm gonna make that deserves its whole video topic. What's the first thing Noah did when he got off the ark? Okay, so the thing is, God knows that's a whole different video topic that I'm excited to talk about. So now, when it comes to rest, make sure you're drinking enough water, because your etheric body will get tired. You'll feel like one spiritual gift's open, or planets will sometimes punish you as in they're not punishing you, it's kind of you punishing yourself. You can't blame a planet for anything, but let's just say that planet governed patterns of sleep, and you didn't fix your patterns of sleep, and now you relied on your sleep schedule to be you just didn't expect to wake up tired, or didn't expect to wake up the way you did, or didn't have a full night's sleep because the planets were doing something different, and that impacts you spiritually. Now let's talk about this in aspects of abundance, because abundance is a spiritual gift as well. People don't know that. That's why some people are so good at manifesting things. So when it comes to that, let's talk about some gifts in specific, or like narrow down some specific gifts. There's gifts of the sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra that all have to do with relying on sleep. So your sacral chakra, and this is the most common one, and I didn't skip the root. These are just more notable for this video. So the sacral chakra, oh, Jesus, another one, another moth. That's good luck too. So I might just, and yeah, I say Jesus, because I don't need another moth flying straight into my eardrum like last video. The angels do that on purpose too. I found out they were doing that on purpose. They're over here laughing now. I don't think that's very funny, but the thing about that is, if one more comes in, I'm closing the window. Now, moths are a sign of following your intuition too. So the sacral chakra, and this time I didn't say Jesus Christ. I should have said Jesus Christ, because he shows up as soon as you say it. He said, I'm keeping you on your toes. I don't need to be kept on my toes, but I don't know why the angels think this is so funny. They're all laughing. But back to the video topic. Okay, back to the video topic. With lack of sleep when it comes to a solar plexus chakra or sacral chakra, when it comes to a sacral chakra blockage and you not getting enough sleep, you'll feel like tired and lethargic around people. You'll feel bad because like, I don't feel like a people person. Well, it could be because you're feeling kind of tired or a little bit tired, and your sacral chakra is actually needs more stimulation, and you'll feel more happy around humans. Now, when it comes to your solar plexus chakra, some people are like, oh, I feel like I'm stuck or whatever, versus I feel like everything's on track. I feel like everything's in my timing. I feel like everything's being manifested. That's your solar plexus chakra. That has to do with confidence and aspects of you manifesting and being confident that things are working out in your favor. So if you feel tired, that chakra is going to be underactive. Now, when it comes to your heart, you might feel a lack of balance when it comes to giving and receiving. You're like, well, I don't feel like I'm receiving as much, or I don't feel like, not many people, I don't feel like I was giving. Well, not a lot of people say that. People will just feel too tired to give. Oh, well, some people are like, well, I'm too tired to help you, versus I'm feeling good, I'll help you if you need help, or I'm receiving everything I want, need, desire, and more. So your throat chakra, you might just be too tired to talk, too tired to function, and you're just like, or you might be talking to people, and that throat chakra energy is underactive because you haven't had enough sleep. Well, you talk to people, it's just like that. It's just you know what I'm saying. Like you don't know. I mean, you get what I mean? I mean, you guys get what I mean? Do you understand? Like, and people will. And I'm just using myself as an example. Like, do you guys understand? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of stuttering here and there. It's like, what am I doing? That's signs of a throat chakra blockage. Is like when you're talking to somebody, like, and your mind goes off. It's because that chakra is underactive. So when people talk to you and you hear yourself talk and you're like, that doesn't sound too intelligent, which I'm not being mean, but when you say go, and you're just kind of like going off, and your third eye chakra, how does the throat chakra connect to the third eye chakra? It's because you'll have a connection with people in conversations. So in conversations, if you're just like spaced out, that goes to the third eye chakra as well, and it actually has a giant impact. So what am I saying in this video? I'm saying for you guys to get rest, to make sure you guys are resting, to make sure you're feeling well rested, to make sure you're very rejuvenated, because, and let's talk about the third eye chakra, you just won't have the intuition there. You ever feel like you just missed something? It's because that chakra was underactive and you're just not feeling yourself. You're just not feeling yourself. So you might be distracted, you might feel like your intuition's off. When it comes to the crown chakra, it's the same thing. It's your crown chakra is, you might just be feeling spacey, you might be feeling like you haven't slept, etc. And those feelings will have you feeling like you might need to sleep more. So when it comes to the crown chakra and feeling like you need to get more rest, that's something that you guys have to do, is because you just won't feel aligned, you won't feel on track with your purpose. You won't feel aligned. And that's the worst feeling ever, to go throughout the world, to go throughout your reality and just feel like, okay, what's going on? I don't feel myself. I don't feel right. So when you don't get enough rest, all your chakras and your energy systems will kind of be like just down, and you won't feel as good, and you won't feel as aligned, and you just won't feel yourself because you didn't get enough rest. Your chakras are not fully operating. Your manifestations can get stunted if you don't get enough rest. So what happens if you get a bunch of rest? On the flip side, if you feel well rested, your chakras are at full capacity. You're putting off massive amounts of manifestation. You're manifesting things much quicker. You are seeing things become more aligned in your favor. You're perceiving the entire reality that you live in through your eyes, and your eyes need rest as well. So the essence of this video is, sometimes you need a rest. Sometimes God will do things, and if you are someone, some of you feel stuck. I'll tell you what that is. If you are someone and you can't make yourself rest, God will put everything on hold just so you have time to rest yourself and to get yourself right. You thought it was mean? You thought it was crazy? No, you just needed rest. God knew that, so he might have made things a little slower so you could be more fast. Yay, I'm glad that makes sense. He'll catch you up. You'll feel more aligned. You'll feel right. You'll feel on track. You'll feel good. So in essence, that's a very important thing as well, is to feel rested. Once you feel rested, because even with your areas and your surroundings, what happens if you're like, and someone or something pops up, you're just slow and things, one little thing, it takes 1 second for anything to happen, something really good. What if you're not as quick as you should be when it comes to opportunities? Then, rest is just everything. It's not just physical, it's spiritual. And disclaimer, this is a spiritual video. I'm not talking about anything physical, but I'm telling you guys to get rest. So that concludes this video. If you guys have any questions, make sure you ask them in the comment section. Don't feel guilty about resting either. That's a sacral chakra blockage because you haven't had enough rest. So you'll feel guilty about resting. And yeah, certain crystals like amethyst, pyrite, lepidolite will help you rest. Tourmaline will help you rest, especially after being hex cursed or having your energy drained. Check out floridastoneman.com if you have not already. Make sure you check out Florida Stoneman on Instagram as well. And I'm doing custom necklaces for people on Instagram. Like I said, ask your questions in the comments. Make sure you guys are getting well rested, and don't feel guilty about getting rest. If you have any questions, I'll see you guys later. Ciao.